Hello, lovely friends. Here I am doing my first meditation. I'm going to try and do this one without the microphone to see if you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Because the position and posture is so important. So, when you're going to do meditation, I do recommend you sit. You can sit on the floor, which is how I prefer to do it. Or if you can't comfortably sit on the floor, you can sit in a chair with your feet flat on the ground. You want to maintain the same posture in the upper body if you're in a chair. If you cannot sit, go ahead and lie down. I don't recommend lying down for this kind of meditation because it can make you drowsy and then you might fall asleep. If you're doing meditation specifically for sleep problems or you're doing a different kind of meditation, then go ahead and lie down if that's the most comfortable for you. So, before I start the meditation, which will be about 5 minutes, I just wanted to go over posture a bit. When you're meditating, it's always best to have your hips slightly above your knees. This will create proper alignment within the spine. I don't know if you can see, I'm sitting on what's called a zafu. This is a meditation pillow, very traditional style round meditation zafu. You can purchase these online if you would like to get one, or you could use a cushion from your couch. You can use a bolster or a yoga block. I've used yoga blocks many times when I don't have my zafu with me, and they work great. They're a little harder, so the butt can get a little sore, but for the most part, they work well. Right now, I'm sitting in Burmese style with my legs. So if you see, I've got one foot behind the other, knees touching the ground. The other way I like to sit sometimes is in half lotus. That would be like this, with one foot up on my leg and the other one down. If you're going to do full lotus, you're going to do that with both feet up like this. Now, I find I can do it, but after about 10-15 minutes, I start to get kind of sore. So I tend not to sit in full lotus. A lot of people have the flexibility to do it, so if you do, great. There's not a ton of consensus as to which foot goes on top. I've heard both. My most current teachers have left foot on top when you're doing half lotus, I should say, specifically. So when doing half lotus, that's what I tend to do. I have seen people do it the other way around. I think it's just about your lineage and what's their preference. However, one of the ways that I find is the most comfortable is Burmese style. You can also sit cross-legged if that's better for you. I find Burmese style is actually slightly more comfortable, and it's always good to keep your knees on the ground for this triangular base to give you some stability. Hand position, you've seen the classics, right? This is a mudra. Mudra is just your hand position, hand posture. I do not do I do not do this mudra. I will either rest my hands on my lap, on my knees, or I will do the traditional meditation mudra, which is to take your hands, place left on top of right, gently touch your thumbs, create a circle, and rest your hands in your lap. Either one of these is fine. If you want to try doing one of these other mudras, you're welcome to try whatever you feel comfortable doing. I think this actually kind of creates a little bit of stagnation through the arms as you're sitting, but it's up to you. And the next thing that's really important is proper alignment of the spine. So you want to make sure you're sitting really stacked, like a string of pearls, where one vertebrae is stacked right on top of the other in a nice straight line. One of the ways you can make sure you're doing this is by gently rocking back and forth and forward and backwards until you find that perfect balanced spot kind of right in the middle. You're going to want to tuck your chin. The reason for this is to make sure that the cervical spine is in proper alignment. In America, we do tend to jut our chins forward because we're constantly looking at a screen, at our devices. So a lot of people have created a bad habit of that, and me included. I have a bit of a shoulder injury, this one, that causes me some discomfort, and part of that has been from misalignment, from leaning too much, and then I created a weakness that caused a shoulder injury. So something to be aware of as you go throughout your day, making sure your chin is slightly tucked can actually help with a lot of that tension that we get in our necks. Shoulders down and relaxed. So I'm ready to start the meditation. Like I said, it's going to be about 5 minutes long. I'm going to be using this Tibetan singing bowl to mark the beginning and the end of the meditation. I am going to be keeping time on my handy dandy phone as well, so I can make sure it's not too long. But you'll hear me ring the bell 3 times to start the meditation, and then I will start to guide you as to kind of what to do. This is going to be really short, so I'm going to go through things really quickly, and then there'll be 3 bells at the end to mark the ending of the meditation. So here we go. So gently either close your eyes or have a soft gaze that falls between 4 and 6 feet in front of you. You want to soften your gaze if you keep your eyes open so that you're not staring, but you're kind of working within the peripheral vision. Make sure you've aligned your posture with whatever position feels most comfortable. If you would like to assume any particular mudra, go ahead and do so. And we're going to start with a quick body scan. So you're going to start with the top of your head on the crown, and you're going to tune in to your head and just try and relax any tension or stress that you have there. You're going to work your way down like a waterfall through your face and your eyes. You're going to relax any tension around your mouth. You're going to go to the back of the head and the neck and relax any tension. Soften the shoulder blades and the shoulders, relax them away from the ears. Feel through your chest and relax and release any tension. Relax through your back and your spine and your abdomen. Relax your left arm and hand, your right arm and hand, your left leg and hip and foot, your right leg, hip, and foot. Once you've relaxed your whole body, you're going to take 3 deep clearing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And you're going to breathe in through the nostrils into the lungs and inflate the stomach. And out, deflating the stomach, relaxing, and letting the breath out through the lungs and the nose. Through the mouth. After you've taken your 3 clearing breaths, you're going to fall into a natural breath cycle, breathing in and out through the nose. As you breathe in and out, I want you to put your awareness on the way it feels as it goes. The breath travels through the nostrils, into the lungs, and into the belly. And as you breathe in, note breathing in. And as you breathe out, note breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. If you find your mind wandering or you're thinking about what you're going to do after this, what you had for breakfast, concerns, worries, discomfort. Just watch those things in your mind come. And note what you're thinking about or seeing or feeling, thinking about my day, thinking about my body. Note them and then let it go. And get back to the breath. And you just want to continue to breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And if you find you are getting distracted again, maybe by a sound, your kids, a thought, just notice it. Don't attach to it. Don't let yourself get angry or stressed or think you're doing it wrong. Just notice it, and when you get a chance, try to bring yourself back to your breath. You're going to get distracted a lot as you go through the meditation, and that's okay. The point is to bring yourself back to the breath. Now we're going to sound the bell, and when I sound the bell, you're just going to slowly start to reawaken your body. Maybe wiggle your feet, your toes. You can leave your eyes shut for a minute if they're shut, and just slowly reopen them and re-enter the world. Go ahead and start to move and gently come back into the body. But don't feel any need to rush. Stay in this moment for a little bit longer. Feel your body and feel your breath. And try to remember to take this sensation with you as you go through your day. The relaxation that you created, try and take it with you into whatever you do next. If you were able to practice some mindfulness with your thoughts and let go of some of those stresses and worries, try to take that with you as you go through your day. If you feel a little anxious, just notice, I'm feeling a little anxious, and try and let that go too, just like you did in your meditation. That brings us to the end of our very first meditation. I do hope to do some longer ones coming up so that you can get a better feel of what it would be like to sit for maybe 15-20 minutes. And then eventually we'll work up to a longer guided breathwork meditation before we move into other kinds of meditations. But it was really lovely to spend this time with you. I always end my meditations with a bow, even when I'm by myself, to just honor the practice and the work that I've done today. So I bow to you and my practice. Namaste.